Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Amber Milt. Welcome to The Balancing Act.
Okay, so Amber, are you a cat person?
I love cat videos.
Okay, I love cats, but I really love dogs. However, we have got such a special cat here today. Her name is Lily. She's got beautiful eyes. And today she's here because we're going to learn more about healthy cat food.
You know what? I'm not sure if mushrooms are catnip, but I know that they're certainly healthy and nutritious, and we're talking to an expert about how we can incorporate them into our daily diet.
And then on a more serious note, we're going to learn about a prenatal test that would potentially help mothers-to-be before they give birth to children with 22q. By the way, that's a genetic disease with wide-reaching immune system problems, so stay tuned for that.
And guess what? It all starts right now.
They are tasty, nutritious, come in all shapes, sizes, colors, packaging, and are the original superfood. Mushrooms, I love them. Here today to share his vast knowledge and passion for all things mushrooms is Jerry Angelini, Education Director for Host Defense Organic Mushrooms, and also joining us, one of South Florida's preeminent vegetarian chefs from the ever-popular Seed, Food, and Wine Festival in Miami, Chef Julie Franz. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Olga.
It smells so good. Julie, what are you making?
Well, you can smell the ginger and garlic. I'm making a stir fry. It's really simple, something anybody can make, full of color, full of vegetables, and of course, mushrooms.
Oh, I love mushrooms. I'm going to be over there in just a couple minutes,
Awesome.
okay?
I'm waiting.
Jerry, love mushrooms. There's so many varieties. Give me a brief history of the mushroom.
Well, mushrooms have been used by humans, in fact, for over 7,000 years as food sources, but also as supports for health and wellness.
And there is a fun fact about mushrooms that I want our viewers to know. We were talking about it, so you got to hear this.
Yeah.
Humans and mushrooms closely related.
Yeah,
How?
in fact, we share more DNA with mushrooms than we do with plants. And because of that, their immune system is something that we can, in fact, use to support our own immune system.
Julie, while you're cooking over there, and I know, what mushrooms are you using this morning?
This morning I'm using shiitakes and oysters. You can find them in pretty much any grocery store, so they're perfect for cooking anytime.
And would you agree you could do just so much with mushrooms? They're so versatile. They really just add a lot to the dishes, right?
Totally. As a plant-based chef, they're a great addition to any dish. They give it that meaty, intense flavor, and you can also add them into burgers like a lot of chefs do at the Seed Burger Battle, where you're not having meat, but you still get that real intense flavor. Or you can use them on dishes, roasted, marinated, and salads, cooked dishes. They're really quite an amazing ingredient.
And not just an amazing ingredient, but so good for you. The health benefits are so many, Jerry.
Absolutely. So what we know is that all of these mushrooms, especially the ones we cook, can support our immune system. And that's really important because a lot of people want to make sure that it's balanced and functioning appropriately.
Sure.
What we also know, though, and this is not so well known in the world, is that each of these mushrooms also supports other systems of our body, like lion's mane can support neurological functioning and memory. We've got some mushrooms that support athletic performance, some support blood glucose regulation.
So all in all, it's just really great for the body.
Amazing superfoods for our bodies.
I love them whether they are cooked or whether they are uncooked. And which kind is this? I'm not good at identifying them. Do you know, Julie?
Shiitake.
Shiitake,
Yeah,
which is what you're
shiitake.
using over there.
Shiitakes, yep.
Now, this one has, oh my gosh, I love them. This one has a good flavor. You're using shiitake and oysters, any kind of reason, but I think those are really good for cooking.
I love shiitakes for cooking, and I even add them into not only Asian dishes, but even if I'm making a spaghetti sauce or something like that, because it has such an intense mushroom flavor. It's great in miso soups. You get that real mushroomy flavor. I add them into my stocks.
Can you overcook them?
They can get a little mushy if you overcook them. So like with the stir fry, I add them when it's almost done. You don't want them to soak up too much of that liquid. So you cook most of your vegetables and then you throw them in right at the end, let them wilt down just a tad. and then they're perfect.
All right, I can tell you right now that my husband's probably looking at me and saying, here she is eating a mushroom, it's not cooked. My husband's not crazy about them. He's like, I just don't like the way they look, honey. You know, I really appreciate that they're good for me. And I always tell him, you're missing out on the benefits.
You really are. And what's really amazing is Dr. Paul Stamets, who's the owner and founder of the company, he's been studying and working with mushrooms for over 30 years. And he's used that tremendous knowledge to create these supplements that are really easy to use for just about everyone.
So if you don't like the mushrooms, you can actually get all the benefits right here.
Actually, you get more because they're concentrated and they're appropriately extracted using the whole mushroom.
Organic mushrooms are in there?
Absolutely, and that's another really important consideration. Mushrooms can kind of clean up our environment, and they can sometimes be like sponges, and we want to make sure that there's no pesticides or other industrial waste. So we grow everything right in Washington State, and they're grown organically and they're manufactured organically.
And it's a nice option, and especially if you don't like capsules, you can have liquid.
Exactly. Now, the liquid is really immediate. Some people feel those results like within 20, 30 minutes. But the capsules are for people that don't like maybe the taste of mushrooms, right?
Okay.
So because there are those people out there,
Right.
you know, you're not going to get me to eat a mushroom. Well, we have a capsule. Takes care of it.
Speaking of taste, we're going to move over there.
Yeah,
Come on, Jerry,
for sure.
join me in because Julie has been making something
yum.
scrumptious for us. Oh my gosh, you've added
it's great.
broccoli.
Lots
What
of
else?
colors. There's broccoli, red pepper, carrots, snow peas. Took some of the watermelon radishes that I had.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
that
actually
looks
top it with some of
brilliant.
these beautiful pea
I'll go
tendrils.
I love this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to dig in already. I'm going to grab one of these oyster mushrooms. I think this is an oyster mushroom.
And this is a shiitake.
What do you think?
Oh,
my
brilliant.
gosh. This is so good.
Very, very
Yeah,
good.
all that ginger and garlic goodness. These two chefs here that plated up these at Dirt and Beaker and Gray, also great places to find plant-based food, a whole plethora of different kinds of food, and lots of mushrooms on their menus as well.
Wonderful.
You got to keep on tasting
It's
this.
really
all right?
amazing, yeah.
All right, and Jerry, for our viewers out there who'd like more information on the capsules and liquid, where do they go? I'm sorry, I'm trying to eat
That's
and
okay,
talk at
me
the same
too.
time.
Just go to hostdefense.com. Again, that's hostdefense.com.
So I'll stick to the mushrooms because I love them, and my husband will start taking the capsules and get the
Absolutely.
benefits, right?
Every day.
Thank you so much. Julie, thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
your
Thanks
time.
so much for having
and
me.
I will see you at the festival. One more bite of mushrooms.
I'm going to go for one too.
Okay. You can also log on to our website, and that's thebalancingact.com. See, she stopped cooking, and now she's going to start cooking again. Or go to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act fans. Keep cooking, sweetheart. I'll eat some more.
All right.
I gotta tell you, that stir fry looks and it smells delicious. But up next, healthy habits for a happy cat, so don't go away.
They have 9 lives, outnumber dogs to the tune of 4 million, according to an American Veterinarian Medical Association's estimate. They're compact, precious, and, well, just lovable. We're talking about cats. With us today to talk about keeping our feline friends happy and healthy is veterinarian Dr. Deborah Greco. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you.
Thanks for being here. You brought a gorgeous friend here. Who's this?
This is Lily. She's about 6 years old. She's an American Shorthair.
Look at her. She's beautiful. Look at this fur, just gorgeous. I just love the way they feel. She looks like a mini tiger.
I know. Isn't she adorable?
She's and the eyes, so precious. And she's happy, right? She's purring.
Oh, she's very happy. She's purring right now. She's happy to see you.
And when you see cats and you see them happy, how do you know that your cat is healthy?
Well, they can by several things. First of all, you can look at their eyes and make sure that they're bright and clear. She's got her eyes closed now, but that's what you would look for. Also her skin and coat, that it's nice and supple, and her body condition. So we talk about, you know, good body condition, muscle tone, not too fat, not too thin. And we look at this from the perspective of whole body health. And we want the cat to have all these things in order to know that they're truly healthy.
And what can cat owners learn from their cat's behavior? Because I've been around cats and they're all very different. Some of them are quiet, others are, you know, a little bit more energetic.
Yeah, well, you know, cats can differ in their personalities. It's a little bit tied to their their coat color, like orange cats tend to be outgoing.
Yes,
and-
that's probably the kind I would get.
Yes.
The orange cat. It's really loud and energetic.
Absolutely. But the main thing is no matter what your cat's behavior is as their innate behavior, what you want to do is see if they change their behavior to know if something is maybe not quite right.
And what can pet parents look for when it comes to a healthy diet? Because they need to get one too, just like we do.
Yes, a healthy diet, something like Purina One Tender Selects Blend is a good example of it. A good commercial diet that's balanced for protein, for essential fatty acids and vitamins, all of which are important for health of our animals.
And cats like it?
Cats love it. They love the texture of it, the variety of different crunchy kibbles, and then the meaty pieces that they can actually sink their teeth into and chew.
And when it comes to feeding them, how much do you feed a cat? Does it depend on the age and the life of the cat?
Yeah, the life stage can affect how you feed the cats. For example, very, very young cats and very old cats need more protein. And then cats that are middle-aged tend to get a little bit round around the tummy, and so they maybe need to cut their calories or cut their ration during the day.
They can be a bit fussy too in terms of eating something that they like. They like the texture, right? And
Yes.
the flavor?
Oh, yes.
That's really important.
It's very important, and it's one of the things that is necessary for a good diet, because if you have a good diet, it doesn't matter if the cat doesn't eat it. So the flavor, the texture, all of those things are really important. For variety, the cats like a lot of variety, and a product like this really delivers in that regard.
You mentioned earlier, doctor, that when your cat is healthy, you can see it. What do you mean by that? I mean, I could tell this cat is healthy.
Yes,
I can see it, but what do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is that the cat is, the personality of the cat is good. It's the same as it has been. They're outgoing, or they're, showing the same signs that they have an affection for you that they've always had. That their skin is nice and soft and supple. So, for example, if I pull up her skin a little bit, you can see that it's nice and elastic. And that means she's well hydrated. That means she's getting enough water. Also, she has a good body condition, and we'll just take a look at her here, and you can see that she has a nice tuck up right here. I can feel her ribs, and there's not too much fat overlying the ribs, and she's happy, and she's wagging her tail a little bit.
Because she's looking at her Purina One and
she
saying,
is.
I had that for breakfast, but I'm going to have a little bit more later on. Right, Lily?
That's right, Lily. That's right. That's your Purina One Tender Selects Blend, isn't it?
For our viewers out there, where is this available?
It's available at pet specialty stores, at grocery stores, and you can also visit us at purina1.com.
All right. And I know you have more than one cat. How many do you have total?
I have 2,
Dogs?
3,
Anything else?
horse,
How many horses?
just one.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. And thank you, Lily, for coming here this morning. So well behaved. You can also learn more from this segment by going to our website, thebalancingact.com, or log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act fans. It's a genetic condition, and while not as well known as other genetic conditions like cystic fibrosis, for the lives and families it does affect, the condition known as 22q11.2 deletion syndrome is a serious concern indeed. With us today, Dr. Kimberly Martin, Natera's Senior Global Medical Director of Women's Health, and also joining me this morning, Sheila Cambin, Chairperson of the International 22q Foundation, also a mother of a child with 22q. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. Doctor, let me start with you. I've never heard of it. I'm going to be completely honest. 22q, what is that?
So genetically, it's a missing piece on the 22nd chromosome. But in terms of what it causes, it's highly variable. The typical features of the 22q11.2 deletion include learning differences, problems with the way the heart formed, often a problem with the palate or the roof of the mouth. Kids can develop low calcium in the newborn period and have difficulties with their immune system.
Sheila, I know your son has 22q, and I thank you so much for coming here to share his story. When did you find out, and how did you know?
So we found out when my son was 5 years old that he had 22q11.2 deletion. It was a long diagnostic odyssey, actually. We saw 27 specialists at the
27 specialists.
27 specialists, yeah, including 2 geneticists. And both of his parents are physicians, and we didn't know either.
And how did you know something was wrong?
So it started out really subtle. He was in the NICU during the newborn period, but only for 9 days, and it was mild things where his platelet count was a little bit low and feeding wasn't great. When he got older in the toddler years, he met his milestones, but never right when he should, slightly delayed. He spoke when he was supposed to, but we thought he had a little bit of a nasal quality to the sound of his voice.
Doctor, why is it so misdiagnosed?
Well, part of the problem is that the features are so variable. So often kids will be picked up early if they have a heart defect. If there's a problem with the way the heart formed, that may be a clue. But Sheila, I think your story is very typical.
Yeah, my son didn't have a heart defect, which is common among the children who are missed.
Were you relieved
nowadays.
when you had a diagnosis?
I was. I think
sure.
knowledge is power, and although a lot of interventions were already in place, I became more vigilant about his therapies, and I needed to find out if his spine was okay, and was his genitourinary tract all right, and is he safe to get vaccines, and all the things that I learned about the syndrome informed, you know, my care and improved my parenting for him.
And doctor, that's why we're here creating awareness on 22Q. Can a woman find out while she's pregnant?
She can now.
She can.
With a simple blood test while you're pregnant, it's actually possible to test genetic information from the pregnancy to see if you're at higher risk to be carrying a baby with a common chromosome problem like Down syndrome. Or with the non-invasive prenatal screen Panorama, you can actually determine whether you're at higher risk to have a child with the 22q11.2 deletion syndrome as well.
So again, a very simple blood test that you get immediately and you get results.
Well, it takes about a week to get the results, and it occurs at all ages. The mother's age is actually not a risk factor for 22q11.2. So it's something we suggest that women discuss with their doctors, whether they would like to have screening prenatally for this condition.
Sheila, how is your son doing today?
He's doing great. He's 12 years old, and he's on grade level at school. He's a very social, very happy, wonderful little boy.
That's great. And I know you're part of a foundation, the 22Q Foundation, and I know it's very near and dear to your heart.
Yes, yes. We do a lot of advocacy and partnering between parents and professionals. The parents need help navigating the care for the children in terms of the specialists that are involved, and helping plan educational conferences and advocacy in terms of legislation and also newborn screening.
And for mothers out there, or moms-to-be, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them that although life really doesn't ever turn out the way we expect, my son brings so much love and joy to my life, and I just don't know what I would do without him. Today I'm his voice, but he is my heart, and every day with him is wrapped up in patience and love and triumph and surprise.
God bless you. Look, you're making me cry. Thank you for coming today. I'd like to promote your foundation because I know you work really hard to get that voice out and creating that awareness. So for our viewers out there who'd like to learn more, where can they go?
22q.org.
God bless you. Good luck to you and your son. For our viewers who'd like more information on Natera and that test, where can they go?
Yes,
Doctor?
for Panorama, go to natera.com/22q.
I applaud your courage.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like to learn more on this topic, go to our website, and that's thebalancingact.com.
And that's our show. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time.
Remember to head to our Facebook page and our website and follow us on Twitter. We've got lots more there.